Now, Turkey has become an increasingly assertive player in the Middle East. Well, today its Prime Minister, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is beginning a tour of the three Arab countries that have overthrown their leaders this year: Egypt, Tunisia and Libya. There was initially speculation that Mr. Erdogan would also travel on to Gaza via the Rafah crossing in Egypt, but that plan now has apparently been shelved. Let's talk about the implications of this visit. Let's go live to Washington, where we're joined by Ziya Meral, who is a Turkish affairs analyst. Ziya Meral, first of all, is Turkey trying to play an increasingly assertive role in the Middle East? People are talking about reviving its old Ottoman ambitions and all that.
I don't think it's got anything to do with an Ottoman ambition or even a melancholy. Turkey has found herself at a unique conjuncture, and it's acutely aware that unless it diversifies interests and maximizes engagement in its neighborhood, it will lose out on significant developments.
But Erdogan arrives at a very unsettled time in Egypt, where you've seen the mood against Israel hardening with the attacks on the Israeli embassy in Cairo. Mr. Erdogan himself has expelled the Israeli ambassador from Ankara over Israel's refusal to apologize over the raid on Gaza last year, in which 9 activists were killed. Do you see that mood hardening towards Israel, and what would be the impact of that by Turkey?
And I think if you look at all of the reaction Turkey has given to Israel since really 2008, when the relationship between two countries started being strained, it has been quite measured, even though the public bold statements came across as irrational or emotive. In fact, Prime Minister Erdogan's decision not to go to Gaza reflects the fact that what Turkey wants is not an out-of-control tension with Israel. However, Turkey has an actual and genuine, I believe, grievance against Israel in the sense that it still demands an apology from Israel for the murder of 9 Turkish citizens. And I think one of the reasons why Prime Minister did not push through with this Gaza idea was the domestic context in Egypt. This trip to Egypt and then Tunisia and Libya is not necessarily a reaction against Israel, but it is actually a long-term planned initiative by the Prime Minister's office to develop stronger ties with Egypt and Libya and Tunisia. And I think this does demonstrate, once again, that the primary focus of Turkish foreign policy engagement in North Africa and the Middle East is actually about deepening economic ties and strategic relationships, not necessarily seeking to create a whole another layer of conflict in the region.
And is Turkey quite content then with the Arab Spring and the toppling of dictators, or is it concerned that this may usher in some kind of instability? And if so, does it have any role to play in trying to maintain stability in the region?
Well, I think by and large, Turkey has been quite positive about the developments in North Africa, and I think it has opened a lot of new possibilities for Turkey to engage with the emerging actors and also improve its soft power in the region. I think the Syria, or the question of what will happen next in Syria, has been the most precarious and concerning one for Turkey because it shares a border but longer than 800 kilometers with the country, and everything that happens in Syria has domestic implications for Turkey. But I think by and large, Turkey has followed a democracy-promoting and optimistic engagement towards the social changes in the region, and it wanted a lot of crowds. It wanted a lot of brownie points in the crowds in the region.
Ziya Meral, Turkish affairs analyst, thanks very much for joining us from Washington.